Week 76 of reselling online, and boy oh boy, it's been a journey to get here. You betcha, it's been another roller coaster of a week. Actually, it's been quite interesting. It's been quite quiet, but I've kind of been in cruise control and haven't really been focusing too much on that. What I have been focusing on this week, and what I want to take you through in this video, is basically being the last full week before the end of the financial year, FY22. I've been thinking about three things, and that's what I want to share with you today. Number one is my landing position for tax time. Number two is there an opportunity to spend more to save tax? And number three is, how am I planning for the new financial year? So that's what I'm going to share with you today. But first, we're going to jump into three top items, one flop and one cool item to kick it off. Top item number one for this week was this 15 kilo bulk lot of Lego. Now, last week I picked up 35 kilos of Lego, which I'm still going through, but to get all my money back, I wanted to just move some of it very, very quickly. So I managed to sell this 15 kilo lot for $408, profiting around $257. Now, to be frank, this is from an average cost of good perspective. I paid $10 for it, but I will say that this $408 actually covered the entire cost of that 35 kilos of Lego. So I'm now back into all my money back and starting to make some money back as gravy as well. So pretty happy with this one. I am doing a couple of videos on that Lego haul, so if you want to check them out, you can go check them out too, and I'll be continuing to update there. Top item number two for this week was this StarCraft Collector's Edition. Now, this one I got from my video game haul back in October, November last year, so it's been sitting around for a while. I got $80 for this one. They actually paid $90, but I did give a discount because they forgot to put the coupon in. And yeah, so I've come out with $48.58 profit. Top item number three is some more Lego for this week with some Lego accessories, 350 grams of Lego accessories. Once again, I've sold this for $53.97 using an average cost of good of $10 from that bulk lot, and works out to be about a profit of $27. The Lego is really, really rewarding. Now, my flop for this week, and this is a funny story, is because when I first did reselling, I was selling all my DVDs, selling them as tracked, meaning I'd sell them for $10 with a tracked envelope, which worked out to be about $5 in cost. Now, I went through majority, I thought, of my DVDs and actually put them back to untracked, and I've done a whole video on this of why I did that. But in this case, this was one that I missed. So even though I paid 31 cents for this DVD, I sold it for $8.49 because I'm running a 15% off coupon sale, and I basically had to pay tracking for this one, and I didn't have any of the tracked envelopes, so I just put it through the normal processing of, I think postage was around $8 or $9 or something, and yeah, I made a loss of $2.15. I mean, it is what it is, but it just goes to show that sometimes we think we've fixed something in our store, and you probably need to go back and do a little bit more due diligence. So a big lesson for me this time. Good thing it was only a cheap item. And the cool item for this week was these 3 Star Wars sealed DVDs from episode 1 to episode 3. These ones I actually got for free, and I was able to sell them for $34. That's after a 15% off coupon, and I made $20.52 profit. Be on the lookout for these, because if you can get stuff sealed, DVD sealed, and bundle them up into collections or into lots, usually you can get a bit more dollars for them. Now, I did mention that I've been running a 15% off sale. I've been basically doing that all the way up until the end of the financial year, which is coming up in a couple of days. In this case, so far, I've actually bought in a total of $1,034 in sales just from this promotion. Last week we were at $450, so basically this week I did about the same. I doubled it. How did we actually do this week? As I mentioned, it has been quite interesting, quite a quiet week, to be honest. I've only done 33 sales, which is below average. Margin was 56%. Cost of goods was cheap, $67.40. We have sold $1,149 worth, which is pretty good because I had that big sale of all that Lego, which has obviously pulled in a lot of the gravy. Profit was coming around $648, and ASP was $34.80, and cycle time was 64 days. So I've been selling a lot of older stuff this week as well, which is surprising. Now, you can see here all the items that have been selling, but what is more interesting is the roller coaster view. And as you can see, it's been a very, very quiet week. If I didn't get that big sale day, meaning the $400 of Lego, and then I got a couple other things sell that day, the week would have been very, very quiet. And this is expected around tax time because people are focusing their money on finishing their tax year, which is what we're going to talk about very, very soon. So interesting times. It'll be interesting to see how we progress over the next coming weeks as well. So that's what we're talking about today, the end of financial year. And as we come very, very close to the end of financial year, there is a couple of things that I wanted to discuss and talk to you about. But I will say this, you need to chat to your own accountant about these kind of things, because what I'm about to talk about is not advice for your business. It's simply what I'm doing, what I'm thinking for my own business. And I've had my conversations with my accountant. If you are looking for an accountant, I can give you some recommendations. More than happy to do so. Go check out Ethan. He's really, really good. But yeah, just make sure you take that into mind, that, you know, this is me not saying what you should do, but this is what I am doing. So there was 3 points that I want to talk about, and the first two around my landing position for tax time and is there an opportunity to spend, they kind of wrap up together. And the reason why is this: being my first year doing full-time reselling, meaning it's my primary income for FY22, it means now I'm going to have a full understanding of what it's like to operate a business from end to end in a single year. So the first thing I want to do is understand, where am I likely to land? Where am I likely to be positioning myself in terms of, will I need to be paying a lot of tax? Will I be not needing to pay tax depending on marginal tax rates? Will I be a low income earner? Will I be a big income earner? How will that all work? And that was really important that I did that. I went through, understood where I'm going to likely land, worked with my accountant to find out where that would be. So then I can do point number 2, which is understand, is there an opportunity to save some money or to spend some money? And what I mean by this is, there might be the opportunity to purchase some more mailers, some more stock, or some more postage supplies to help bring down the total tax that I'm going to have to pay. At the same time, it might not make any sense to do that. Now, let me give you an example. This is not exactly my numbers, but this is an example. Maybe I'm expected to pay $2,000 in tax based on some planning, based on the numbers where we're potentially going to land. Let's say that I'm forecasted that I'm going to owe the ATO, the Australian Tax Office, $2,000 based on my profits and my marginal tax rate. Now, one way I could start to bring this down is I could say, well, maybe I can purchase some postage supplies, some stock, and some different things, put out some expenditure before the end of this financial year to help bring that $2,000 down, because it will basically take away how much profit I've earned, meaning I won't have to pay as much tax. Now, the kicker here is, if I don't spend the money on the mailers and I wait till the new financial year, I'm still going to have to pay tax, and I'm still going to have to pay for mailers and postage supplies and all that. The idea is, if you can find that sweet spot and maybe help bring down how much tax you're going to have to pay, you might save yourself some money, whether it's $1,000, $2,000, or somewhere in between, or it might be completely different for you. The point is, if you understand the numbers, if you do the research, if you do the planning, if you do the preparation, you can start to see maybe there's an opportunity to bring down how much you're going to have to pay in tax. On a side note to this, each week I've been paying into a tax account, allocating money for that tax time, meaning I'm already prepared if I have to pay for tax. And that's another whole conversation, and something that you should be doing from day one when you start the new financial year. But this way, regardless if I'm going to have to pay tax or if I have the opportunity to spend some money to save on tax, I'm going to be ready to rock and roll either way. Now, the third point was planning for the new financial year. And I love being able to go through and start a new financial year, because there's a chance to start from zero, especially now running my own business. It's really, really exciting. I'm excited, if you haven't picked that up already. I think that's really the 3 points. One is I'm excited to start from zero again. It's a chance to reflect on the progress that I've made and to see how I can now take this and run with it. So it's a chance to now execute a new plan and a new way of operating from all the things that I've learned. And they're the 3 things that I've really been so excited about and dwelling on over the last couple of weeks, more so this week. But I do want to share with you a couple of intents that I have for FY23, and I'll be talking about this more and more over the coming weeks as I start to dive in a little deeper. But I just wanted to share with you, some things that I really want to focus on and really want to change. And really it comes down to better efficiency and process flow. And that will be around my photo and listing station, that will be around my packaging and posting station, and also some small adjustments in inventory management. I think if I can fix number 1 and 2, those things will already start to pay dividends and I'll start to see things move quicker. Now, what I will say is there is an opportunity for me to change where I'm actually doing my listing and my photoing and posting and packaging, which means it might give me a bit more area and a bit more space and room, so I don't have to be packing up and setting up and all that jazz, because I'll have a bit more room. So I'm working on that, and hopefully I'll have something to share on that over the coming month or so. And with that, I'll be able to make some small adjustments, as I said, to my inventory management, but more so, all these 3 points will help me with a bit more time management, giving myself a bit more time. And that's really what I want to focus on, is if I can get those things in place, then I can give myself a bit more time by enabling myself to be able to do things a lot quicker and get, if not the same result, but a better result. Fingers crossed, we'll see. I'll take you along for the journey regardless. Now, if you're stuck around this long, let's jump into some show and tell. All right, team, Monday morning after a nice weekend of some pretty juicy sales. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff. We've got some media going out here. We've got some video games at the back here. We've got some more video games here. We've got Halo book, more books. We've got some CDs going out. We've got a bundle of Thomas going out, bundle of Lego going out. That went for 45 bucks. They were just horses. They go on for 55. This got a bag, I think it was 37. That was like a $37 or $40 one as well. But all in all here, there's probably close to $400, $500 worth. And a lot of it's bread and butter stuff. Like, I mean, a lot of these were like 15 bucks. A lot of these were 15 bucks. That Simpsons game was around 47 or 42. A lot of those are $10 each. Some there are a little higher. And we've got a 45, we've got a $100 sale here. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I still got a couple more DVDs to pull out, but I just figured I'd show you now. So pretty happy with this. Let's pack it up. Oh, and I've still got some trains out there as well, which is in a big box. So pretty good. All right, team, Wednesday, a couple of things going out. A couple of CDs going out. Got Xbox game, book, DVD, book, Mr. Happy bundle set, and this guy as well. He's gone for 90 bucks. This one's gone for 25. This one's gone for 26. This one's gone for 19. This one's gone for 22, I think it was, and these guys were like, 10 to 15 each. Yeah. All right, team, so just Friday morning and just prepping the orders. I think this is everything. We've got a couple of CDs going out, just around $10, $15 each. Sealed Star Wars 1 to 3, that went for 40 bucks or 36 bucks. This guy went for $53, that's including postage. That's about 400 grams of Lego. This guy's gone for about 18 or 16, I think it was. These Family Guy figures have gone for 20. This guy's gone for a total of 17. We've got some Levi's going out, 5/16s. I've got a whole bunch of trains. They will not be packed like that. That's just storage. Just some vintage trains. And this guy, this is a toothbrush holder, a Hippo. So not too bad at all. I'm probably going to get a lot of questions. How the heck am I going to pack that? So let's see. I might show you that one actually. I think I've got one more DVD as well. So let's pack it up. So how am I posting this? Well, it's going to go into this little box. I'm going to have some layer at the bottom. I'm going to put some extra wood at the bottom. Extra cardboard at the bottom. Make sure everything's padded around the sides. This guy will go on top. And then I'll have another layer on the top as well. And make sure it's all snug and tight. And then once I'm done, I give it a shake. See how it feels. If it's not good enough, I do it again. So I've put it in a small satchel. And it's tight in here as well. I've got the cardboard underneath there. Now I'm going to snug it in, make sure all the edges are fine, and we'll continue on. And there we go, all snugged. Now I'm going to pack it up and then I'll give it a little shake test. I think that's pretty good. Well, there you go. I really do appreciate you being here. Week 76 of reselling, done and dusted. Now, if you've got any questions or anything that you want to call out or any comments, do let me know down below. I do try and explain these things with the best of my ability, but sometimes I might miss something or I don't always have the best or accurate answer. So if you've got any questions, do let me know. Otherwise, you have a wonderful day. Cheers. All right, folks, so this is what it looks like sorting minifigs. I've got Carla helping now, but these two here were the ones that I did originally just from a lunchbox size, and then this is all that we got from the tubs. And this as well. So we're just going to start to sort things into legs and into arms and into, well, we just got to get the lay of the land. Also got some dinosaurs too. So Carla's pretty excited.